I wish I had a quarter for every time I seen a little kid do a gritty. I'd be so rich.
Gritty.
I love seeing the white guys that can't do the gritty after.
Oh, like me just now?
No, like Mac Jones.
Oh, Mac Jones. He was grittying in the Pro Bowl, and they weren't even trying. And, like, he thought he ran by everyone. I'm like, Mac Jones, everyone literally fell on the ground, basically, and acted like they were dead, and you ran by everyone. And you're grittying. I think that's when Bill was like, oh, this guy grittying at the freaking Pro Bowl, and no one was even trying.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
And this is the show where your favorite dudes get to talk about their favorite dudes.
Yeah, baby, that's right. And the Super Bowl is set. There's one game left, so we figured out it was time to crown our favorite dudes of the year.
Who are we covering today? An elite runner with a cannon arm.
He takes it to a new level every year, and he took it to even another level this year.
Beast mode.
One of the smoothest wide receivers in the game.
There's always those skinny dudes that have like leverage, whippy strength, and like that quickness. That's what he is. And a rookie that put the league on notice.
This guy's special. There's never a stage that's too big for him yet, even just as a rookie. And we wrap it up by giving out our first annual Dude Awards, presented by Coors Light.
Favorite beer? Let's go.
Dudes on Dudes is a production of iHeartRadio.
Eagles versus the Chiefs. We've seen this before.
Super Bowl rematch.
We've seen this before. I lost $50,000 on this goddamn game the last time they played.
I think you should bet again, but this time I think you should bet 100,000. So then you're up 50,000.
I don't want. I have nightmares. Sorry, Lily.
All right, I'll make the bet for you, Julian. If I win, I'll give you $50,000 back.
I just don't. I can't see the Eagles beating the Chiefs.
I mean, that Eagles
nitty gritty time.
I don't know. The Eagles offensive line, I feel like that's the only offensive line that can handle Chris Jones and the rest of the defense for the Chiefs. I mean, that run game with Saquon Barkley, I'm telling you, man, they might be able to have some revenge from a couple years ago in the last Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. The
Chiefs, they just know how to win, man.
They know how to win.
They know how to, get it done in any situation that is presented to them. And the star players know how to step up in the most crucial times every single big game.
It's going to be exciting.
It is. Can't wait.
Excited to hit New Orleans. Are you?
I'm super excited. I mean, the city is basically known for Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
That
close.
Biggest party, of all time, in that state. So I'm excited about it, man. It's going to be cool to have the whole entire crew together as well. You're going to be there. Tom's going to be there. The whole entire Fox team is going to be there. It's just going to be so exciting. Just talking ball, going out to dinners, just exploring the city, maybe hitting the casino as well. I can't wait to get down there.
There's a casino there. We got to hit the old dice.
Yeah, we'll roll that dice. Roll them, and shake. Roll them, and shake.
I mean, it's got to be a fun environment because they've had so many Super Bowls here.
Shake, and roll. Yeah, they've had plenty of Super Bowls here. The last time I was here, actually, I got a story. Super Bowl in New Orleans. Last time I think was like 2012.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember.
Stacey James, he hit me up. I was out and about. I was all over the internet on ESPN the next day. Hey, can you it's fine you go out. Can you just keep your shirt on? I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'll keep my shirt on. So but I'm going to go out. I'm out of control. It's just my mindset. I was 23. I was like, no problem. So then Steve Ridley was like, yo, come to LSU. I want to bring you to Bogies. I'm pretty sure Bogies was the bar that he brought me to at LSU. I was like, yeah, no problem, Jules. I'm going to leave New Orleans for a night. I'm still like a college kid. I'm only 23 years old.
You're fresh out.
Ridley's fresh out of LSU too, so he knows everyone there. He's got the hook up to all the bars, So all the hotel rooms around there. So we stay at a hotel room. We go out to this place, Bogies. Fans are going absolutely crazy. My shirt gets ripped off. I got the cast on as well for my broken arm, and I'm just chugging a beer. And boom, snapshot. I mean, I got to a level where I just didn't care anymore, and I didn't even take my shirt off, Stacy. My shirt got ripped off of me. So you told me not to take my shirt off, so I didn't. When someone else takes it off for you, that's not taking off your own shirt. So technically, I listened to Stacey James, the PR guy, for the New England Patriots. So Stacey, you can't be mad at me, buddy, And then that picture was all over ESPN again the next day, and he literally texted me, "What did I ask you Just please don't take your shirt off. And I wrote back to him, I didn't. It got ripped off. Yep. So I'm excited for New Orleans again. And hopefully my shirt stays on this time.
It's got to not.
But maybe my pants might come off.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get on this, dude. This NFL quarterback. Ooh, this is a long one now. So
Long.
sit back, relax, and just enjoy the show. This NFL quarterback stands at 6'5" and weighs 237 pounds. He was selected as the 7th overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. Growing up on a farm in California, he played at Reed College before transferring to the University of Wyoming, where he became an all-conference player. Not even all-American, all-conference only at Wyoming, and still, got drafted in the top 10. That's impressive. Though overlooked in high school, kind of like what I was just kind of saying, he transformed from a skinny 6'3" and 180-pound player to a powerhouse athlete who now uses his imposing size to bulldoze through defenders.
Bulldoze.
Ooh, bulldoze. Maybe that's why he is where he is, why he got drafted there, because there's a lot of bulldozing snow out of the way. Yeah. Before becoming an NFL star, he spent his youth helping his family on their farm. Ooh, so he probably got farm strength.
Country strong.
So
He's
he
country.
does. That's why no one can take him down.
Yeah.
Country strong. Developing the work ethic that would later fuel his meteoric rise in football. In a twist of fate, another NFL player with the same exact name changed his surname to avoid confusion. Let's get on to Josh Allen, everyone. But there was a Josh Allen.
Yeah, the DN.
That was a DN linebacker for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He
Yeah.
changed his name?
I didn't think
He changed his name to Hines Allen.
Really?
Hines.
Yeah, and also his sister is a professional basketball player for the Minnesota Lynx.
Wow, what a stud family.
Wow. What's the first thing you think of when you hear the name Josh Allen?
Let me put my
Put
hat
the
on.
hat on. And I'm cool with wearing a Buffalo hat. I was a Buffalo Bills fan growing up as a kid. I did not like Buffalo for the 9 years I was in New England. Actually, even when I was in Tampa too, I still didn't like Buffalo. We played them a couple times. But I'm cool with Buffalo now. I'm cool. I'm another Bills fan once again because that's my roots, and I don't forget where I come from. So I can wear this Buffalo Bills hat and be fine with it. That's cool with me.
Oh.
All right. Oh, yeah, Jules. Can you answer that question?
First
now?
thing that
What's
comes
the
to my mind.
First thing that comes to your mind right now. What comes to your mind? Josh Allen.
Rob Gronkowski version of quarterback.
Oh, I like that one, brother.
Beast
I like
mode.
that one.
Like he's
'Cause I'm
beast
a big
mode. Remember
Josh
you-
Allen fan. Big Josh.
You always
Allen
used
fan.
we always used to call you beast mode, and he gets into this beast mode where he takes over games with his size, his speed, his arm. We all thought this year was a rebuild year for the Buffalo Bills. They are representing the AFC East in the championship game right
Hold
now.
on. Before you keep going, there's no such thing. It's like Tom Brady being in New England. There's no such thing as a rebuild year when you have Tom Brady at the quarterback position. And now that's the same thing with Josh Allen. There is no such thing as a rebuild year because Josh Allen is at the quarterback helm. And when he's at the quarterback helm, he's always going to find a way to win the games. And also they got head coach Sean McDermott as well.
Tough guy.
And he's there as well. There's no such thing as a rebuilding year in Buffalo anymore. They're always going to be contenders with those two.
This could be one of his most impressive years.
It is because it's actually a year where they didn't, they were saying, there's not enough talent around him. He doesn't really have a wide receiver.
He makes talent.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at
he makes
Shakir.
talent. And they traded their star receiver Diggs over to Houston, and just look how much Josh Allen is thriving this year. It's just truly showing how much knowledge he has of the game and how much intellectual he brings to the game as well and to that offense, and just how skilled he really is. This is the year that he has taken it to a whole nother. He takes it to a new level every year, and he took it to even another level this year, Jules. He's impressive.
Have you ever met him?
I met him real quick at Tight End U in Nashville, the Tight End University.
He went?
Yeah, he went. He was the quarterback, and let me tell you, it was amazing because I always kind of dreamed about playing for the Buffalo Bills because I'm a kid. It's like you dreaming for the San
Niners.
Francisco 49ers. You thought it. You probably still think like, how cool would that be if you could?
I almost went.
Exactly. I almost
Yeah.
went to Buffalo as well, but it just never really worked out. And we were talking.
Would have been a hassle.
We were talking at Tight End U, and he was throwing me some passes up the seam, man. And he was just laying that ball right in.
You got a zinger?
And then he was trying to recruit me. He's like, come out of retirement, come to Buffalo. Look, we would do big things. And I'm like, we would do big things and all that. But it just never happened, man. I just was not
All these quarterbacks
not-
trying to steal you.
Yeah, they are. They are. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen.
Hey, Jesus.
Just in the end, it just I was just done with football. It just wasn't there anymore. But I would have loved to play, with Josh Allen Buffalo for at least 1 year. It would. That's what was intriguing me when I was even talking to the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, Jules. So a couple big time quarterbacks have recruited me.
Yeah.
Have any recruited you before?
Not really. I don't think so.
Why not?
Probably an asshole. No, actually, I don't know.
You probably told them they sucked when you saw them. Yeah, you suck. I know how you get sometimes, Jules. You're just so intense and you're so competitive, and I love it so much.
Oh, yeah. Well, Brady did try to recruit me to Tampa.
That doesn't count.
But
He's been your quarterback your whole career.
no, I had Cam Newton.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Cam Newton.
There's definitely been quarterbacks that try to recruit you to other places.
Yeah, but it's different. You're a phenomenon. You're like John Travolta in that movie where he gets struck by lightning and all of a sudden he can speak fucking Portuguese and Spanish. That's you. I'm like just
Hola.
Obrigado.
Yo, juego el fútbol americano. There you go. I am.
See, you're like that.
I am.
So
That's pretty
wait,
cool.
let's get into this. How much did Dayball help Josh Allen as a quarterback, you think?
Actually, when I was reading the synopsis, I was already thinking that in my head. That is truly when Josh Allen started breaking out as the quarterback that he is now. Dayball brings the best out of players. Dayball as a head coach, they're struggling over there in New York, But put all that aside, because being a head coach is totally different than being a position coach and being an offensive coordinator, because you're truly working with that guy every single day, just like Dayball worked with me every single day. And he brings the best out of you. He knows how to motivate you. And I feel like Josh Allen was struggling his first couple years in Buffalo, and he just needed that guy to be around him, to build up his confidence and to show him, the ins and outs of the quarterback position. And I truly believe that Dayball was the guy that got Josh Allen over the hump to be the quarterback that he is now. And now Josh Allen, since he was coached under him, gave him all that confidence. Dayball doesn't need to be there anymore because now he has it and it's established into him and it's in him now. So he can be that guy that Buffalo needs. He's the Buffalo savior. They call him the Winter General, I think, over there. Because
it's good name.
It's cold. It's the Winter Soldier. The General Soldier, Winter Soldier, Winter General, all those names. They love Josh Allen.
They don't call him JA-17, do they?
Nah, they don't call him JA-17.
Come on, you can't do that.
Winter Soldier is pretty cool though. But
is he a Bill for life?
I think he's a Bill for life. If anything, if he's not, he'll go to like another team at end of his career. That's the only way that he would leave Buffalo. Like you're talking like 10 years from now, like 1 or 2 years left. They draft the quarterback first round. They're grooming him for a little bit. And then Josh Allen leaves just to go try somewhere else out, like maybe California or something. That's the only way these type of quarterbacks leave their franchise. It's just at end of their career. But Dayball did an excellent job with him. I feel like that's when he started thriving. Josh Allen always had that mentality to be great. He just needed it pulled out of him. And I wasn't there, but I believe Dayball did because he was my coach and he helped pull it out of me for years. So that's why I feel like I may be wrong, but I feel like I'm right in this situation. And Dayball helped him out tremendously.
Yeah. He reminds me, and his story reminds me a lot of Ben Roethlisberger. Ben went to Miami of Ohio and came into the league, not a big name guy, but lit it up. And he's just a faster, like Big Ben when he was young was like manhandling guys. He was a large human being. And that's what like I feel to a whole nother level because Josh can jump over you and he's got a lot more speed. But Big Ben was like that and won 2 Super Bowls. So hopefully Josh Allen can, get over this hump and do something. Hopefully he can catch those demons in the back of his head about Patrick Mahomes because Patrick owns him.
Patrick owns him in the postseason, but I mean, I wouldn't really say own because Josh Allen showed out for all those games as well. I mean, they both threw for over 300 yards in the
13-second
division game. Yeah, but the 13-second game wasn't on Josh Allen. Josh Allen went down and scored and gave him only 13 seconds left. That was on the Bills defense.
McDermott?
That was on the coaching staff there, or whoever it was. It wasn't on Josh Allen.
I agree.
Were they winning at that time, or was it just a tie game? I think they were winning. And then it went into overtime or something. They kicked the field goal. But whatever, the 13 seconds, I can't really recall everything that happened. Josh Allen absolutely balled out. Over 300 yards, 3 TDs, 0 interceptions. So Patrick Mahomes really doesn't own Josh Allen. It's more like Patrick Mahomes just owns the Bills and the whole entire league still.
Quarterback, you're the face of the team.
Mm-hmm.
You win, it's your praise.
Yeah.
You lose, it's your praise. What kind of dude is Josh Allen?
What kind of dude is Josh Allen? I mean, this dude, he kind of freaky. I mean, the way he hurdled over a linebacker when he was playing the Minnesota Vikings.
You can't be a stud.
Yeah, you're not a stud if you're in JUCO. That's a good point. You can kind of become a stud, but you're not fully. If you're a stud, you kind of been a stud your whole entire life. Your whole life.
You got stud sperm.
Yeah. He's freaky a little bit.
He's definitely a dude's dude.
He really is. When we were at Titan University, he was cool with everyone, man. Everyone that I talked to in Buffalo, I can tell you, every single person loves Josh Allen. Everyone that has ever interacted with him, anyone that's ever done a deal with him, he is beloved in Buffalo.
All right, on 3, what do you think he is? 1, 2, 3, freak!
I mean, just the way he hurdled over the linebacker versus the Minnesota Vikings, that just made him a freak right there. All done. No more argument.
And he can throw the ball a mile. I mean,
he can.
He's a freak.
Mm-hmm. The way he can run the ball, that run versus the Kansas City Chiefs in the regular season this year to seal the deal, freak.
Hey, everyone. Julian Edelman here. There's no better time to enjoy live events. I've had my eyes on NFL playoff tickets, and there's always Bruins and Celtics games for when you're itching to get out of the house and catch some action. That's why I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's show, SeatGeek. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. They've got more than 70,000 events listed, from concerts and sports to festivals and more. You name it, they've got it. The best part? SeatGeek has your back. Every ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Just look at the green dots. Green means good and red means bad. And every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee, so you're set. And you know I came through for you guys. You can use Dudes10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code Dudes10. Make sure to click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek. I'll see you out there. Who's our next dude?
See, whatever paper I pull up, it's just, there's like 10 dudes that are just chilling below me. Just, like the zombies, like when they're sinking in ground and like they're putting their hands up and they're like, pull me, save me, like, right before they die. Well, there's like 10 dudes below me like, yo, Rob, pull me. I'm a piece of paper and talk about me. So let's see who we got.
That sounds like the Detroit fan base leaving the stadium.
Yeah, it sure does. Well, talking about Detroit, this guy's in the same division as Detroit. So let's see what the AI summary is here.
Let's see what we got.
This dynamic wide receiver. So he's a skill player, Julian. He's played the same position as you. You were a wide receiver. This guy's a wide receiver, okay? He wasn't the same position as me.
All right.
Just clarifying for you. Maybe you don't understand football anymore since you've been out of it for a couple of years. This dynamic wide receiver stands at 6'1" and weighs 195 pounds. Makes him a formidable presence on the field. He was selected as the 22nd overall pick in the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft and has since amassed the most receiving yards through a player's first 5 seasons in NFL history. As a low 3-star prospect in high school, ranked the 308th best wide receiver in the nation, he defied expectations to become one of the most explosive players in LSU history, where he won the 2020 College Football Playoff National Championship and led the country with 111 receptions his junior season. Wow.
It's in college.
Wow. Spectacular.
That's insane.
At just 9 years old, this football phenom qualified for the punt, pass, and kick national championship, placing third. Another punt, pass, and kick, contender. We also had Andy Reid, myself, Justin Jefferson. We're all in the same boat. Well, let's get on to him. I just gave it away. Justin Jefferson is our dude here.
Justin Jefferson.
Jules, Get that picture out. Come on, man. Stop forgetting.
My shoulder. I boxed this morning and my shoulder literally just started spasming on me.
Really?
I'm in pain.
I
right
think
now.
you need to get a massage. You want me to come over there and massage that shoulder, or are you gonna call a real massage therapist?
We'll keep it Deshaun Watson light here.
All right. I won't do that then. All right. Well, Justin Jefferson here. I'm cool with wearing a Minnesota Vikings hat. I got nothing against them.
These are sick hats. I used to like these
the
hats because
Minnesota
of
Vikings,
Randy when I was a kid.
Yeah, big. I'm wearing this hat in honor of Randy Moss just absolutely dominating as a Minnesota Viking in that Thanksgiving game where he had like 3 catches, 180 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So this Minnesota Vikings hat right now, honor of Randy Moss. We know you're going through a tough time right now, brother. We love you. Everyone's supporting you. We're all praying for you.
We are,
man.
And this guy right here has done more than Randy Moss, which is crazy to think in his first 6 years.
Well, what's the first thing you think of when you hear the name Jamal Jefferson?
For me, I think it's selflessness.
Mm-hmm.
That
good word.
There was Addison was balling earlier this season, and he says, if my team eats or something, I'm paraphrasing, everyone eats, I'm happy. Like, I thought that was really cool. A guy that's secure with, who he is, a team guy. That's what because everyone's looking at him. He's the highest paid receiver. He's the highest paid player at the position.
Well-deserved.
He's the highest paid guy
100%.
on his team.
Well-deserved.
And when he says that kind of thing, it makes everyone else like, oh, we can't act foolish because our best player. Like, I thought that's the first thing that came to my mind. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, he's pretty
currently.
damn good.
I mean, there's Jamar Chase, but just over the last 3 years, I got to give it to Justin Jefferson. I mean, he's just a phenomenal athlete. Just his skill set is second to none. I mean, he's a littler guy. He's skinny, and it's impressive how some of the hits that he can take. He's a tough SOB out there because to be that size, you got to be like athletic to another level, and you got to be slippery as well because you're going to get demolished by a running back. I mean, not by a running back, by a linebacker once in a while, by a bigger safety. And you got to be able to get up. Also, you can't be taking those hits all the time. And he's so slippery that he knows how to catch the ball and, make a little tiny adjustment so he doesn't take those hits. Because if he takes those hits just on a continuous basis, that wouldn't be good for his career overall. That'll start knocking him down, but he's just that good at the position. He knows how to avoid that contact, and that's what keeps him going a week in and week out. And just the way he can get around defenders after he catches the ball too and make them miss and just have all the yards after the catch. I mean, guy is just an athlete out there. I love watching him play.
He's wiry. There's always those real like skinny dudes that have like that leverage, whippy strength and like that quickness. Like, that's what he is.
Quickness to another level.
He's quick. He can get in and out of breaks for how tall he is. I mean, he can run the whole tree. He always comes down with the ball whenever it's thrown his way. That fourth down where he's in triple coverage and Kirk Cousins hit him a couple years ago, and he came down with it one hand. Like, that was an insane play.
It was.
Like, that was on 4th and long. When the defense knows it's going to this guy, there's 3 guys on him. He goes up and gets that ball. And he's done that a bunch of times in his league. Like, how crazy is it to think that him, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow were all on the same college team?
Well, that's why they won the national championship. I think they went undefeated as well. It was one of the best college football teams in the history of college football. And that's when I learned about Joe Burrow as well, when I watched that college football national championship. And that team was just ridiculous. I mean, it's like they're wide receiver you.
Yeah.
Like,
they are Odell. You got Brian Thomas.
Ohio State's up there as well.
Ohio State is right there. Neighbors.
I still think that LSU is number one. It's just incredible, just the guys that they're producing out of LSU. I don't know what they're feeding them, or I don't know what's, causing them to be so explosive as well. I want that type of training, even though I'm not even playing anymore. I just want to be explosive in life, whatever I do. Like these guys, I mean, I would just be the bomb then if I was like them. But Justin Jefferson, man, like we're saying, the explosiveness, his bursts off the snap is what gets him open majority of the time. If you can... It's about getting open. You get open in the first 3 yards of your route. on majority of the routes out there. And that's Justin Jefferson for you. And just his fluid movements as well, just how fluid he is, just how he can break down at any given time and run any route on the route tree.
Yeah.
And the only way you can do that because you're so bendable and so loose and so fluid. So he's reliable anywhere out on the field at the slot position, at wide receiver number 3. You can't line him up in near the line. He's just too skinny for that. He'll get tossed around if he has to block a linebacker. Because there are wide receivers that block linebackers. He can't be doing that.
I think he's done it.
He's probably done it, but he can't be doing that.
He reminds me a lot when I saw him run a curl route once, and he got so in and out of that break with his frame. It reminded me of Chad Ochocinco.
But more fluid.
Yeah, but it was, still, Chad was like one of the best cutters that we've seen in this game, and he's got that. It's been pretty, like, the guys on his team, Stephen Gilmore, who's been around a lot of great football, he goes out and says how hard he goes in practice is rare. I mean, most guys, they think they could just turn it on in the game. He actually puts the work in, and I love hearing that stuff.
And when you hear about all the greatest receivers of all time, there's always someone out there on the defense side of the ball that has a quote very similar to that. And it's kind of the same in your case, Julian. You're one of the best slot receivers to ever play the game, hands down. And your work ethic was phenomenal. You would go out there and you would practice full speed every single practice, and that would translate to the game. And you're just like Justin Jefferson at the slot position now. I've been ragging on you a couple of times. But what makes Justin Jefferson great as well is that when the ball is up in the air, he can make air adjustments.
Yeah.
Let's call it air adjustments, where no matter it is, he can be up in the air and he can adjust his hands, adjust his body, adjust where the ball
Good
is,
body control.
adjust where his feet are going, just so he can get under the ball. That body control that he has is through the roof. And that's what really, truly makes you the best receiver in the game, because no matter how good you are, there's always going to be a defensive back still covering you and still on you. It's about how you can just have that little advantage to get open, and the way that he can control his body is what gives him that advantage, and the way that he can adjust to a ball.
Yeah, I mean, who's top 3 receivers right now?
In the NFL, well, Justin Jefferson's one of them. We're not going to go any order. Jamar Chase.
I think he's a monster.
Which is crazy. They played together at LSU. Joe Burrow, one lucky quarterback.
You know who Jamar Chase reminds me of? He reminds me of Steve Smith was 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
Like when you watch their highlight, because Steve Smith was like a very violent run. Like he's explosive, violent. He's just bigger.
Yeah. But like Jamar Chase even has like another gear, like another speed than Steve Smith. And Steve Smith
used to, I mean, you watch his highlights, man. He looks like he was a monster.
He was. But
I know Jamar Chase is a monster too. I'm not trying to.
I think that's how big of a monster Jamar Chase is. I think he has one more gear than Steve Smith.
Yeah.
I think Steve Smith
Who's 3?
I think Steve Smith is tougher.
I don't know.
Steve Smith, tough SOB.
And he could talk shit.
And talk garbage.
He could talk
But Jamar Chase had has an extra gear in like the speed department.
He never get caught.
Mm-mm.
Who else? We got Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase.
Oh yeah, who's the third?
The third.
I mean, it's a clear number 1 and 2 with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. And then number 3, I might have to get it.
AJ Brown, if he had a quarterback that was.
Yeah, but, everything factors. What about CeeDee Lamb, though?
CeeDee Lamb
has been performing. He was paid this offseason. He sure performed.
CD.
He was, really reliable throughout the whole year.
Got hurt a little bit, didn't he? He didn't play. He didn't finish the year.
Well, something, we're not going to do top 3, Jules. We're just going to do 1 and 2, because these guys are just such a level ahead of everyone else after them. So Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, number 1 and 2 wide receivers in the NFL. Right
if
now.
I have to watch another Pop Warner video or flag football video with the kids scoring a touchdown and doing the gritty, I wish I had a quarter for every time I seen a little kid do a gritty. Mm-hmm. I'd be so rich. Mm-hmm. I mean, and it's because of Justin Jefferson. Every time, I mean, he do the gritty. When he started doing that like 4 years ago, he is synonymous with the gritty. Jamar Chase taught Justin Jefferson the gritty at LSU. Jamar Chase stays in college for a year. Justin Jefferson goes to the league, starts doing the gritty, because the guy who taught Jamar Chase the gritty is the guy who started the gritty. So there's just so much gritty, incestuous shit going on.
A lot of grittiness.
It's so gritty.
A lot of grittiness.
But it's tight.
I guess that's what makes you the best receivers in the NFL. You got to be able to gritty.
Got to hit the gritty.
They must just sit there and train, like doing the gritty for like 16 hours straight a day. Like,
I love seeing the white guys that can't do the gritty do the gritty after.
Oh, like me just now?
No, like Gesicki.
You're right. I can do the gritty. Gritty.
Mac Jones.
Oh, Mac Jones. He was grittying in the Pro Bowl, and they weren't even trying. And, like, he thought he ran by everyone. I'm like, Mac Jones, everyone literally fell on the ground, basically, and acted like they were dead, and you ran by everyone. And you're grittying. I think that's when Bill was like, oh, this guy grittying at the freaking Pro Bowl, and no one was even trying.
Can't gritty.
Yeah, same with, who'd you say the tight end? Gesicki grittying. Oh,
I think he makes fun of it, though.
Too. Yeah. I
think he makes fun of it.
He's a ball buster.
Yeah, I think he's like, I don't know. I love watching it. It's fun. All right, what kind of dude is Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, what kind of dude is he? He's swaggy. He's a swaggy dude. But that's not one of the categories here, Jules.
He's definitely a dog. He's definitely a dude's dude. You could tell that everyone loves him. And he's a glue guy, clearly from his quote. But
team player, no doubt about that. But I kind of feel like I know this category just because of just how special of a player he is.
Yeah.
So
on three, what do you think?
On three.
1, 2, 3, stud. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Stud out there on the football field.
He's just a stud. He's consistent. He's what you want your younger players to be. When you talk about guys that are your best players on your team, your most influential guys on your team, that's who you want. He's just a stud.
And what about those chains?
Always got chains.
So you're studly if you're wearing those chains.
Swag stud.
Woo.
All right, let's get on our
diamonds. Let's get on to our next two.
Let's
get on to our next two. All right, here we go. Standing at 6'4".
6'4".
You know who this is yet?
I don't.
I knew you wouldn't. And weighing 205 pounds. How about now?
Nope.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't. This dual threat quarterback has already garnered attention for his dynamic playmaking ability. He was selected second overall in the 2024 NFL draft by the Washington Commanders.
I know it is.
You sure?
Yeah.
Me too. He played college football at LSU, where he won the Heisman Trophy. Raised in San Bernardino,
the home place of, I believe, McDonald's.
Really?
I don't know.
Now I want a Big Mac.
Yeah.
He set multiple state records for passing yards and touchdowns in high school, earning Gatorade Player of the Year honors in California. During his rookie season, he became a Rookie of the Year candidate and led his team to the NFC Championship. Let's get on
to Jaden Daniels.
That's right, baby.
Hat on.
And Jules, what's the first thing you think of when you hear the name Jaden Daniels?
First thing I think about when I think of Jaden Daniels is calm, cool, and collect. He's doing things right now that
no rookie quarterback has ever done.
He's doing things that veteran quarterbacks don't do.
That's a good point.
I mean, it's been really unreal to watch him play. Like in crucial situations, everyone thinks he's a running guy, but he's delivered crazy situational like drives where he capitalized on a third down or he capitalized on a fourth down, throwing the football. I mean, he's dissecting, man. It's been so impressive to watch. I'm at a loss of words because these last couple years we've seen quarterbacks come out and play very strong rookie years. CJ Stroud last year, and then Jayden, like that was like the best rookie season all time for a quarterback. Then Jaden Daniels comes here into the league, and he's got 2 playoff wins. And this was a joke of a franchise.
A joke. They only won 4 games last year.
I mean, it is unreal. You got to tip your cap to Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff's fucking developing this kid. I watched his stats. I watched his film from, we were watching his film in college, and you could see he was a gifted guy. But you watched it in the league, and now he's progressing through his progressions, and he's delivering the ball over the middle of the field. You watch his highlight film in college. I mean, he's throwing Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, and he's throwing all these go routes, which he's putting them right where they have to be. I've been watching him dissect defenses. I mean, it's so impressive. What do you think?
The Washington Commanders, first-year ownership, first year head coach, first year offensive coordinator, first year everything else that they got going on in their first year. And the most important piece, rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels.
Without a doubt.
Put it that way. This guy's special. There's never a stage that's too big for him yet, even just as a rookie. And I would date back to that is because you got to have experience in order to be able to handle a stage that big. And he was handling that stage when he was at LSU. I mean, you're in front of 80,000 people a week when you're at 100,000 people a week when you're in the SEC.
Yeah.
And on top of it, he's so experienced. He played about, 4 or 5 years in college.
He's 25 years old.
25 years old. He's just like Bo Nix. Those guys stepped in and they handled every situation that was thrown at them because they played so much football already in college. So to all you quarterbacks out there, staying in college for 4 or 5 years is fine. You're still going to get a chance at the NFL, and it actually might make you better, your first year or two in the NFL because you're developed already. You already seen so many situations. You already seen so much good football, coming at you. So Jaden Daniels is one of those guys that represents that you can be totally ready even after a 5-year, even after staying for 5 years in college, which is amazing what he's doing. But he's the most important piece to this new Washington Commanders, this new style of everything that they represent. His offensive coordinator, obviously, Cliff Kingsbury, I think has helped him out tremendously as well. He's like a quarterback whisperer. He knows how to relate to the young bucks. He had Patrick Mahomes in college. He in Arizona, Kyler Murray, he dealt with as well and helped develop him. And he's very successful as a quarterback,
I heard
too.
Cliff what was it? There was some mic'd up stuff, or there was an interview with some of the players. Cliff's over here talking about Instagram models with some of these guys. Like, they just have such a connection.
That's how you relate to these young bucks.
I mean, they got connection right now. It's been so fun to watch.
I don't know anything about this.
I don't know anything about
those
Instagram models. I saw it on TV.
Models.
I swear.
Right,
One of these guys over here was talking about it. I don't either, but Cliff,
if you click on my Explore page, it's all Frenchies. He has smart instincts. He's a dynamic threat as well. Yeah, everyone's like, hey, get down, because he's skinny, man. Those linebackers get a hold of him. They could do some damage to him, but he's just got to get down. I mean, he's I know
slippery,
you're a young
though.
buck. He's a young buck still, so you can take a couple hits, but he's slippery enough, like you said, that he can maybe juke a guy or two and void it.
You gotta.
I mean, he's got consistency as well. That's what makes a great quarterback. Is this guy has consistency as just a rookie?
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, he gets through his reads quickly as well.
I like that he has big hands.
He got big hands?
Yeah. Did they say he had huge hands, or was that Penix?
That might have been Penix.
Yeah.
Penix looks like a guy that would have big hands.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels looks like, he's so skinny. He might just have average hands.
I love how he is at the podium, too.
Mm-hmm. He's just calm all over the place. He's calm under pressure. He's calm at the podium. He's calm after, when he's doing interviews after the game. He's just calm at all time. And I swear, you got to have that personality like that to be a quarterback in the NFL. It's kind of like being a golfer a little bit. You just got to be calm the whole entire, day, because there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. And then if you're just in the middle, you're just always ready to go at any given time.
So Tom was always calm?
He was in pressurized situations.
In pressure, but there's got to be a time where
you got to pick it up.
You got to pick it up.
But Jaden's calm at all times, I feel like. It just goes with him.
It does.
And his leadership as just a rookie is incredible. I would say his days, at LSU have gotten him that skill set to have that leadership. And also, he bounced around a little bit in college. So do you think guys that bounce around like that in college, does that help their leadership and that helps their knowledge of the game because they're learning so many different systems and you got to become a leader instantly when you get to a new school?
Well, I think that the experience of having to gain the respect of a new team multiple times puts him in a great position to go, and if he's balling great, do the same thing in the league. And that's what we're seeing. I mean, he's gotten the respect of his team at Arizona State, LSU, and now you can see that the team is rallying behind him. I mean, Terry McLaurin's happy. He's been playing with no quarterbacks his whole career. Finally has a quarterback, and look at, the damage he's done this year. I just think he's unreal.
And what's cool is that the Washington Commanders surrounded him with the pieces to succeed as well. They went out, they got veteran running back Austin Eckler, who's a beast at running the ball.
Great
but
out of the
also
backfield.
Great out of the backfield on third downs and in passing situations. They
Gotta
got
hold on to the ball.
Zach
Hold
Ertz,
on.
a veteran tight end who's very
Veteran.
consistent, out in the field, who he's been feeding throughout the playoffs as well. Then you got superstar wide receiver McLaurin, who's been there for a while and needed a quarterback, so it was a win-win situation for them as well. And then you got him with one of the best new head coaches in the game as well, Dan Quinn. And I believe Dan Quinn is the reason now, if you look at it, why the Cowboys were 12-5 over the last couple of years. I mean, without him being with the Dallas Cowboys, they absolutely tanked this year on the defensive side of the ball. And even Micah Parsons even brought up that they missed Dan Quinn throughout this season as well. So Dan Quinn, you got to give kudos to him for developing, helping with the development of Jaden Daniels, but also boosting that defense and just the team overall, the morale, for the Washington Commanders. Now I see why the Cowboys were that good over the last couple of years too.
And Dan Quinn, and we're talking about Jaden Daniels, but Dan Quinn, this is a tip of the cap for the defensive coaches that get a bad rap when you're looking at this. Oh, like we got a new young quarterback. Let's surround him with a quarterback guru or something like Dan Quinn. He's a defensive guy. He's developing Jaden Daniels. Now I know Cliff Kingsbury is a huge part of that, but this is big for defensive coaches.
It takes everyone. It takes everyone, man. You got to have that head coach all in to develop him too. No doubt about that. Remember that Hail Mary though against Chicago? Do you think that changed their season this year? When Jaden Daniels was second pick overall, Hail Mary, the first pick overall, Cal Williams.
I mean,
was that the game-changing event, game-changing play of their season, you think?
I think that's one of those moments where you got like a destiny team. Mm-hmm. It's a destiny team moment. When you look back on it, that one play is going to be signatured on all the highlights and everything because, they needed that to win that game. And that's a huge part of the reason why they're in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's why the NFL is the best. Every game counts. We're going to look back and all those games that, the Cincinnati Bengals lost because of a play or, the Chicago Bears lost because of, a bad play here or there. This team right here, the Washington Commanders, they've had those plays, and that's why they're in the position that they're in. And it's been remarkable because you're doing it with a young guy that's never done it. And he looks like he can. I mean, I usually am so pessimistic, like deep down inside with like young quarterbacks in the playoffs. Like he looks good. Mm-hmm. He looks good.
He looks like a savvy vet, like he's been playing for like 5 years in the NFL.
He slows the game down. Like even because when you watch him on the sidelines and he makes everyone miss and he gets out right away and he protects himself, but he gets out like he's always a step ahead of the defender. And then even when they're blitzing him, like he sits there and they're so scared to fully go at him because they can make them. They got made miss earlier in that game, so there's a bit of hesitation, and then he's delivering the football on these blitz zeros. He's defeated blitz zero a whole lot of bunch this year. Like like more than a lot of these quarterbacks in crucial situation, gotta have it situations. It's been crazy.
And when you can beat blitz zero as a quarterback, especially when you're that young, you're going to be set up for the rest of your career. And then they're going to stop pressuring you, and then the run game just opens up that much more. And it's wild that the game is that slow for him that he can beat blitz zero and put the ball where he needs to put it in like a split second, which is just incredible. I got a question for you, Jules. Yeah. Who is a better passer right now, Jaden Daniels or Lamar Jackson?
Ooh.
Don't be scared.
Ooh.
Don't be scared.
I mean,
scared.
The kid's
Jules
good.
Is scared to answer.
I'll tell you right now.
Jules is scared to answer.
But you said it on the blitz zero point. Lamar's last 2 seasons have ended on blitz zero.
You put your money on Lamar Jackson or Jaden Daniels to handle that blitz zero?
From what I've seen, I'm going with Jaden Daniels.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks. You heard it here
I'm going Jaden Daniels. I think he's good.
Who's got better legs, Lamar Jackson or Jaden Daniels?
Lamar.
Lamar.
Right,
there we go. Okay, that makes up for it. Okay.
Lamar's a beast.
Jaden Daniels or Michael Vick? Legs,
Vic.
Yeah, I agree.
Vic.
I agree. Wow. Jaden Daniels, a beast. Well, what kind of dude is this guy? We've been raving about him. We've been going off about his skill set. He's a great passer, dual threat, can run the ball.
Heisman.
He's skinny. Heisman has NIL deals. his ASU teammates told him he sucked when he left, and he didn't care. He didn't even listen to
Did
him.
they?
Yeah, they said you suck. Get to clean out your locker. Get out of here.
Did they really?
Yeah, video surface of them cleaning out his locker room and his teammates on IG telling him he sucks after he left ASU. I mean, that's ASU for you. I would, that's the scum devils for you. They would do that type of stuff.
Man.
I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that about them. Oh, I know why. Because I went to the University of Arizona. Wildcats, bear down, baby. But what kind of dude is Jaden Daniels? Is he a whiz? He's definitely a whiz.
He's a whiz.
Yeah, he is. But he's kind of a dog. But not really, because he's too skinny maybe to be a dog. Like, he's not like cussing people out.
He's a
running
freak
guys
too
over.
because he's really fast and he
he is.
he's
freak.
freaky.
Yeah, because you're skinny and like you get really freaky when you're skinny.
He's
gotta,
also
like, as an athlete.
I think he's a stud.
He might be a stud. I mean, his athleticism, football IQ.
Just the way he handles himself on three.
Yeah.
Who do you think? 1, 2, 3. Stud.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because he's just been. I mean, he's won the Heisman. He's gone here. He was supposed to do what he's doing right now. That's what studs do.
They do what you're supposed to do.
At the podium, sounds the way we all think he should sound, probably.
I mean, the post-game interviews on the field, I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's like he didn't even win the game because he's just so calm. Like, it's not like he's, overly celebrating, excessive celebration. Like, he's just like
he gives the
he's
praise
just
to
present.
everyone too.
Yeah, and he does. I mean, hey,
he gives
man,
the praise to his
the linemen
teammates.
did a great job. The coaches did great. The wide receivers, it's incredible, man. It's like he's a 10-year vet.
He's got pedigree. He's got that football IQ. He's a stud.
He's a lovely stud.
All right, let's get into the chillest dude of the week, brought to you by our favorite beer, Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered right to your door by visiting CoorsLight.com/dudes. Celebrate responsibly.
And since the season is almost over, let's give out some awards for our Dudes of the Year.
Dudes of the Year?
We've broken it into 3 different categories, each with worthy nominees.
Wait, we got to crack a beer before we do this.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Get one in there. Can you get that long arm in there? My arm
I got it.
There's one.
I got it.
They're cold.
go.
They're blue. And just remember the Colorado
Cheers
Kool-Aid in you.
to Dudes of the Year.
Dudes of the Year, let's go.
Brought to you by Coors Light.
Tastes so good when it hits your lips.
Smooth, chill,
Let's get into it.
and delicious.
All right. We got three awards this year. Well, we'll build it up as this thing snowballs. But we wanted to keep it with 3 must-have awards. Award 1, New Dude of the Year.
Ooh.
The New Dude of the Year.
Well,
used to call anyone who was new dude. This is New Dude of the Year. It's a New England thing. It's an everywhere thing. You're new dude. You're new dude.
Not nude, dude. New. N-E-W, dude.
New dude.
I just want to clarify that.
So, New Dude of the Year, our nominees. Lad McConkey. I mean, we had to throw a silver bullet in there. You know what I mean? Little silver bullet.
Over 190 yards in his first career playoff game as a rookie.
190 yards in the playoffs.
Impressive, man. That dude just turned it up another level.
He was
for the
their most
Chargers.
consistent receiver.
As a rookie.
As a
young buck.
I can't wait to watch him grow. They need to get another outside piece for him to complement him,
100%.
or a big ass tight end like you, and they could do something special. Nominee number 2, Drake May.
Ooh, that's a good nominee
Drake
right there.
May. Hey, looks
That
like
qualifies.
we found our future in New England.
Sure
Okay.
did.
He outplayed my expectations this year under the circumstances of what they have.
What was given?
What was given. He made a lot of plays.
Well,
Hopefully he can build off this.
We got to get Drake May an offensive line and a wide receiver number 1. Whatever it takes, we need this guy to flourish, and he will flourish no matter what the situation is. But we want to really see him blossom into the player that he can really be. So let's just get him those guys.
All right, we
want to see it. We want to see it. He's definitely a true qualifier for New Dude of the Year.
And he's got Rabes. And then our last, Jaden Daniels, New Dude of the Year, rookie quarterback. I mean, went to the NFC Championship. this kid has done things that we haven't seen from a rookie and has looked like a poised veteran all year. He's definitely a chill new dude.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And he's also just so chill in the pocket as well. And he's cool. He's calm. He goes through all his reads. He sees who's open. He checks it down when the check down is necessary. He bombs it and airs it out when that's necessary as well, when it's needed for the Commanders. So I'm telling you, he is the new dude of the year. But I can tell you this, he's not playing like a new dude. He's playing like a veteran.
He's playing like a vet. He's like I want to call him the answer, because he needed to answer like 3 things last. He had to answer like 4 drives in that divisional round against Detroit. Every time Detroit scored, he answered. So he's like AI.
And on top of that as well, he answered when necessary in the regular season as well. I think 5 of their wins came down to the final last drive, and he freaking came through.
He was the answer.
He was the answer.
Shout out AI.
You're talking about Allen Iverson?
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson he's talking about this time, not the actual AI technology.
Yeah. And drum roll. Who's our winner?
I kind of already gave it away. Yes, it's Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
100% is Jaden Daniels.
New dude of the year. We got to send him. He had an unbelievable year.
He sure did. He can throw the ball. He can go through all his reads. He can run the ball as well for a first down. He's a skinny dude out there, but let me tell you, he's an athletic dude as well. And players love him, team player. He's got a great offensive coordinator that's, helping him and developing him as well, a QB whisperer and Cliff Kingsbury. So Jaden Daniels, props to you, man. I would say the experience, throughout college has definitely set him up for success in the NFL. He's about, 24, 25 years old?
Yeah.
That's kind of an old rookie. I got drafted at 20 years old, so he was ready to go. So great pick by the Washington Commanders, knowing that this guy was going to be a breakout star right away.
Looks like he's going to be able to build off that, too, with his mindset.
No doubt.
Let's get into our next award, Rob. I think this is very appropriate, especially from the organization we came from to all the people in the media from that organization. Let's have Media Dude of the Year.
Well, our first nominee, obviously, we're going to go with one of the greatest players of all time, if not the greatest player of all time. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
First year in the media.
In the booth.
First year as being an analyst in the booth and breaking down games, commentating on games. Started a little slow, but that's truly understandable. That's one of the toughest jobs in the world. But let me tell you, this guy is absolutely dominating the playoffs. Yes, he was. He's been down. Okay, all right.
Wait a minute. One of the toughest jobs in the world. You mean to tell me if you went to Gloucester, Massachusetts right now during fucking storm season and you went to those fishermen and said, "Hey, can you get in front of a fucking camera and talk about a game?" What would they say? You think that's tougher than their job? They're about to go get 1 million tuna and maybe not even come back.
All right. Mentally tough.
Okay.
Mentally tough because you got to always
it's pretty
be
mentally
on point.
tough to know that you may not come back.
Ready. Yeah, but you got to be physically tough to
I'm just
reel in
balls.
those tunas. You got to be physically tough. You got to build up that muscle strength in that wrist and that bicep and just keep reeling and reeling and reeling. Those tunas, they're hardcore. There's some 300-pounders out there, if you ask me. And then sometimes on accident, you may catch a fish. May catch a shark or something, which those are tough as well.
It's a tough job.
And you think you have a tuna, but there's a shark on the line that's just you're just trying to reel in, and then boom, and you're just worn out, and then you can't even catch tuna after that. So yeah.
So Tom Brady's one of the nominees.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
And then our next nominee, Coach Bill Belichick.
Yeah,
media butterfly Bill Belichick.
I can't even pinpoint what area of the media that he represented because he had 15 media jobs. He was on the McAfee show, podcasting, NFL Inside.
Did the draft.
Instagram media now as well.
Didn't do our media.
Yeah. Doesn't help us out. He doesn't come and hang out with us.
But he's a nominee.
But he is a nominee. We'll give it to him.
And then our last nominee, Randy Moss.
Yes.
Always great watching him break down the game. He's fun. We wanted to give a shout out to Team Moss. He's going to moss this cancer. He's kicking ass.
I love Randy Moss's segment on ESPN. You've got Moss. It's one of the coolest segments that ESPN does. It's one of the coolest segments that they have on the pregame show on Sundays, before the NFL games. But we want to give a shout out to Randy Moss, man. We love you. We know you're going through some tough times right now. We love being your teammate. Julian was a teammate for about a year and some games. I was just your teammate for 3 weeks, throughout my rookie year. And I looked up to you big time, Moss. So
Yeah.
we're hoping for the best for you, man. We're praying for you. And we know how strong you are, and you're going to come back better than ever.
And he's really good in the media.
Yeah, he really is.
He's fun. He's energetic. He always has a real take on certain shit.
He does.
I love watching him on TV. Drum roll. Who's the winner, Rob?
What's funny is we were a little biased here by picking out Patriots, but what's so funny is that when we were with the Patriots, you don't talk to the media.
I know. And now
That's
we're all
why
in
this
it.
is like, it's ironic that we were all in the Patriot organization and you weren't supposed to give the media anything or talk about anything and not really talk to the media. And now all Patriots are up for Media Dude of the Year. That's ironic.
That's
Julian.
ironic.
Ironic.
All right. Drum roll. Who's the winner, Rob?
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss. Media guy of the year. Go out and beat this thing. Go
Hey.
Moss it, buddy.
Brady, Belichick, you've got mossed.
You got mossed. And then lastly, our last award, the Ultimate Football Dude of the
Hold on,
Year
before you get on to it, Jules.
award.
I'm thirsty. I got to drink a little Coors Light.
Get in there, buddy. Our first nominee, football dude, easy, Dan Campbell. We all have seen him. He is a football dude through and through. Our second nominee, Josh Allen. We had to throw a player in there, and he's a guy that looks like a football dude. Grew up on a goddamn farm, transformed from JUCO to Wyoming to like the best quarterback in the league. This guy's a football dude through and through. And then lastly, a little curveball. Someone that I love watching.
And he's reviving his career right now.
Reviving.
Reviving.
John Gruden. He is a football dude. Anytime you get to watch a Super Bowl winning head coach go in and teach a bunch of guys and girls in a random office a playbook, pure. And coaching them like he would coach us. When you watch that stuff, that's how we get coached.
And
motherfucking them. That's pure football guy.
And this is when you know you're the ultimate football dude, too. I mean, you could just tell, like, I go out to dinner and someone just random comes up to me and they want to talk football. I'm like, I'm out to dinner. I don't want to talk football. I'm always talking football. I'm on Fox. I played the game. Make me laugh. John Gruden, on the other hand, he wants people to come up to him and talk football. He talks football 24/7, all day long, formations, special teams, players, coaches, organizational front office guys. Like, this guy's down to talk football at all times. That's why he's on the ultimate football dude list here right now.
All right, drum roll. Football dude of the year. I got to go John Gruden. John Gruden.
It's John Gruden.
John Gruden. Man, dude's a football dude. You could see it through and through. Also want to get him on the podcast. He'd be an awesome guest. And that was the Chillest Dude of the Week. Thanks to our favorite beer, Coors Light. Get Coors delivered right to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/dudes.
And celebrate responsibly.
Celebrate responsibly. Well, that's been another episode of Dudes on Dudes. What can we do better next episode, Rob?
I like when you ask me a lot of questions. It makes me dig deep. It makes me give you one of my personal experiences that I've been through life. So if you ask me, I want you to ask me more questions throughout our episode.
All right.
So I can tell these people what I've been through my experiences. So please, Julian, please do that.
Self-scout. I'll do that.
All right. Thank you.
Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcast. Comment a dude you want us to do. And remember,
rate and review. And then also leave a 5-star review on Spotify while you're there. Thank you.
Remember to follow Dudes on YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Snapchat. We will see you guys next week. Dudes on Dudes is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.